This sprawling 1.2 acres off the Unity Boulevard in Belmopan is where the Public Service Union's new headquarters will be. It's a land valued at $475,000. In a month's time, it will become the titled property of the P.S.U. President Gerald Henry says that the settlement gives the P.S.U. its first real home.
For 98 years now that the P.S.U. has been in existence, this will be the very first time that it will have a land to call home for its headquarters. And certainly it's a good feeling to know that we have achieved this, approaching our centennial.
The 1.2 acres that the P.S.U. now comes into possession of is being granted to them fee simple title by the Belmopan City Council. So it's not a matter of it being leased to them for any period. The P.S.U. will have this land in perpetuity as far as I'm concerned going forward.
The Belmopan City Council and the Public Service Union formalized their agreement with the signing of a document of the deliverables. Mayor Khalid Belize outlines the P.S.U.'s requests, including that parcel of land that the council will now fulfill.
The first is a parcel of land comprising 1.2 acres, which sits just west of Unity Boulevard in the city of Belmopan. For those of you familiar with the construction taking place around the city just now, it's in the vicinity of where the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is currently constructing their new Belmopan headquarters. So that's the land aspect of it. The second aspect of it is what we call the works, wherein the council has committed to undertaking specific works to assist the union in constructing their new headquarters here in Belmopan, basically boiling down to provision of material, white marl and the like, as well as equipment hours from the Belmopan City Council equipment garage. It's basically boiling down to the backhoe. And the third component is an offset of payable fees that the union would have due to the council now and in the future. And those are basically the three planks on which this agreement is built.
It's a deal, according to Henry, that they couldn't turn down.
It was an offer that we could not refuse. I believe that they have gone over and beyond. As the mayor rightly said just a while ago, that it could have been that he had given us a lease compared to directly property, fee simple, right? And so for me, I believe that it is a gem and we could not let it go. The land compared to where we were before at Hilltop, although it has, a lot of connections in terms of our emotions and so on, that the land is actually a better piece of land and it's more centrally located for our members to access and everything. So I believe that we are in a better position than we were before, and it's certainly a pleasure to be here today and to have signed onto this agreement.
The P.S.U. will vacate the Hilltop property at the end of August. They will set up a temporary structure on the new site, after which they will construct a new permanent headquarters within the next 12 to 18 months.
We have approached so far the Social Security, but we are looking at other options that may be available as well, and so that is just one of the options that we have available.
Have you guys, if you're able or at liberty to share, estimated how much that headquarters will cost the P.S.U.?
We were looking at somewhere around $375,000 to $400,000.
And so once you've secured that funding, until then you'll be able to establish a timeline in terms of getting your new headquarters in place?
Well, hopefully we are looking at maybe a year to a year and a half, just to, this is a very difficult period that we are in right now, and so we are not certain of, what the circumstances will be that will probably cause a delay.
The road to this amicable settlement was a long one. The issue started back in October 2018 when the Belmopan City Council sold the Hilltop property for $400,000 to Simplex Design Limited. The council alleged that the P.S.U. had defaulted on lease payments for years and that they were notified of this in 2017. The P.S.U., however, claimed to have paid over $50,000, although they were unable to provide receipts. At the time, the P.S.U., under its previous leadership, felt that the property they had occupied for 20 years was sold right out from under them. The matter dragged on for the past year and a half, even went before the court until this final settlement was reached. The mayor admits that there's a lesson to be learned from all of this. but he says that they're leaving the thorny issue in the past.
To be honest with you, we've agreed before coming here today that we didn't want to dive back into the past. But I will only say to you, you know that saying, if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, so what a wonderful world we live in, and I leave it there.
The settlement was in the works for the last 7 months. Both parties are relieved to have settled out of court.
It took a couple meetings. I think we've taken the better part of 7 to 8 months to get this done, only because he has a union to go back to, and I have a council to go back to when we're having these back and forth discussions, negotiations, if you want to call them that. And so that's why it's taken us a little while. There is a sense of relief here this afternoon that we can put this behind us. That I know that our council is the one that delivered to the P.S.U. their permanent home going forward, no matter of lease, no matter of anybody else being able to come behind and dispossess them of it. So that's basically how I feel this afternoon.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Andrea Polanco.